Hola Bandidos! Welcome to Mel's Magic. I'm Magic Mel, and this, I got it right, is Al, one of my spirit guides. Welcome to episode 19 of season 5. Yes, already 5 seasons of magic. This is a little bit of a, let's say, energy check-in from yesterday, a follow-up check-in. I guess in some parts of the world, still full moon Pisces, we're on the 20th, which we said is a slow, gentle transition for once, where we allow ourselves to just maybe, press the pause button and go with the flow a bit. Let things settle, integrate before we sprint ahead for the next episode. So, I felt like recording this specifically because I shared with you in my last episode that, recurring patterns, recurring temptations, old habits, not always good. In my case, it was smoking. So what I did today, I gave my Rolly tobacco to a friend, and I did some self-hypnosis. Remember, I'm a joy coach and hypnotist. If you want a session with me, message me. The details are down there. And it's crazy how we can rewire our brain. This is something that neuroscience is thankfully putting out there now, and the rest of the mental health industry is catching up, pharmaceutical industry, let's see. But it's incredible. Our brain is malleable. We're not doomed to be in a certain state because of genetics, which are very much influenced by our environment. Finn, bottom line is our brain is malleable. We can rewire our brain. We can change habits, break habits, and then create a new neural pathway. It takes some iteration, but it's absolutely possible. We just need to know how. So that's what I've been doing. And another thing that helped me was to really get clear of who I'm becoming. Because we're not fixed identities unless we choose so. But I'm very much about a process of unfolding. I mean, 1 year or maybe 2 years ago, I never thought I'd be Magic Mel, but here we are. And who knows what I will be in the future. It's a garment I'm trying on now, and it suits me, fits me well. So what I did was, I show you one of my magic pouches a friend gave to me. In this pouch, I sat down this morning and I literally wrote down affirmations is a weird one because you can tell yourself, I am confident. If you don't feel that thing, we have to embody things. And embody means feeling things because our body, which is like 70+% water, is the one that magnetizes our reality to ourselves. So if we don't feel it, you can tell yourself as much as you want, I am this, I'm that. If you don't embody it, the thing is not complete. The embodiment, the state of being is not complete. In any case, I wrote down these sentences, if you may, like lots of them, which serve to me as a reminder. They're like snippets of who I am. Who do I want to embody? What kind of values do I want to embody and practice? And how does Magic Mel act? Who is Magic Mel? So I just wrote down lots of reminders. And one of the things I wrote down is I embody joy and vitality. So smoking, although I must admit I do enjoy it, is not congruent with that image that I want to embody. Also because I treat myself as an ecosystem. It's not anymore like this square little thing where I thought, ooh, this is Melanie Magic Mel. No, I'm like a host of all kind of psychic aspects from my ancestors. I'm biologically a whole ecosystem. If you haven't looked into your what do you call it? Biome. I'm like a host of all kinds of creatures. But it helps me to see myself as an ecosystem, and I'm responsible for this ecosystem. So what I think, feel, how I act, how I speak, it has to be in alignment, i.e. in congruence with this self-concept of mine. And I can change the self-concept, but I choose to be Magic Mel. So who's Magic Mel? C'est moi. So I guess my point here is, if we're not clear of who we are or who we want to become, then it's difficult to align, excuse me, it's difficult to align our entire being with that image. So, first things first, let's get clear of who you want to be. And if your current behavior, way of thinking, feeling, walking, talking does not reflect that state of being, then change it. And here's another thing I want to express. I used to, for example, if I would catch myself going back into old habits, I would shame myself or like beat myself up, like, oh my God, I can't believe you're doing this again and this and that. And this is something I've totally dropped. I guess my sphere of awareness is bigger, and also I inject humor into it, because you know what? Even this trivial aspect of smoking is, I understand people who smoke. I understand people who have certain addictions. I don't judge them anymore. Like, I don't see myself as apart from that and like, ooh, you're doing that. No, fuck it. We all have shadow parts. And it's healthier to embrace those parts with the light of our awareness and then choose how we want to deal with them, instead of rejecting them and denying them into the subconscious, because those shadow parts will snap at you from behind your conscious awareness. They don't just go anywhere. So I feel it's a healthy way of dealing with it. And another thing, I spoke about the pleasure principle. I realized there's something pleasurable about smoking, especially if you put cloves in there. You know, gudang garam from Indonesia. Oh my God. In any case, I was thinking, okay, Melanie, let's inject some other pleasure into your life. Maybe, which is true, I'm super athletic. Go for another run in the afternoon if you want a breather, or like do a dance session on your own, or just do something fun. And I feel that's really important to not to make space for pleasure and joy in our life. To not delay that into some future point when we deserve it or we have worked hard at something. I mean, I get it, the dopamine kick of accomplishing, achieving something and then rewarding ourselves in some way, but that can backfire also. It takes away the beauty of just small, simple pleasures, sensual pleasures of the everyday life. I mean, it can be something just as smelling. I love the smell of coffee. Oh. Or I love the smell of, here in Spain, we have these algarrobo trees, and after it rains, the trees emit this beautiful scent. I mean, those are abundant things that they seem trivial, but they really enrich the tapestry of our daily life. And our life is built on daily moments. So why not inject our moment by moment life with more pleasure and allow ourselves to feel that pleasure, to experience that pleasure? Because if we reject that and we deny ourselves of that pleasure, we will go into another extreme at some point. I mean, that's my experience. If I tell myself, ooh, I shall never eat chocolate again, the more I tell myself that, the more I'm going to binge on that stuff. Or like anything, you know? So let's have some compassion and, I don't know what the right word is, grace, humor, for understanding for ourselves. I mean, we are, you know, in a way, primal animals of habit also. So let's understand how our brain also works. Our brain is geared to generalize and create automated systems, because it takes a lot of energy for the brain to always be thinking in innovative ways. It's like, take driving, for example. You don't have to think about every single move when you're driving and when you know how to drive. It's automated. That's what our subconscious does. It's brilliant, no? So there are so many habits that we have just automated, and this is the right way around. And often our habits are not very constructive in my experience. They need constant revision. And if we detect a habit that's not productive, constructive, helpful, healthy, then let's not shame ourselves for having developed that habit in the first place. Because I tell you, a lot of our defense mechanisms, a lot of our habits, and even addictions have a root of self-soothing. They are habits and behaviors that actually served at a certain point to protect us or to soothe us. And that's another big topic, emotional regulation. So let's have some compassion for even those parts that we think are unlikable or not good or unhealthy. I mean, fuck. Seriously, let's be a little bit more compassionate with ourselves. That's why I'm not beating myself up for having gone back to having my clove cigarettes for a month. But I also told myself, basta. I want to be in control. I do want to. I'm a bit vain, like my teeth, have like my smile. So I have my own reasons for having stopped that. And yeah, I don't judge myself for having slipped back into that habit. Hey, I'm a human being. What was the other thing I was going to talk about? Oh yeah, emotional regulation. So maybe I'll leave that for another topic. But I'm really, 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 really learning and realizing and understanding. That's why I also feel so much compassion just for people in general, because we often don't know how to soothe ourselves, to regulate our own emotions in a healthy way. Most of us haven't been modeled that by our parents, and that's not even to blame our parents, because everything has a reason in the bigger scheme, and our parents were also once children who didn't know better. So they just did what they could with what they had. But let's take responsibility for our own emotions. I mean, that already is a huge deal in making it a better world. Because as within, so without. If you're able to manage your own ecosystem emotionally, that has a great impact on yourself first, and on your immediate surrounding, your immediate relationships, and on the bigger world. Because you're going to carry yourself differently. You're going to treat yourself differently. You're going to handle relationships, dynamics, conversations, interactions completely differently. So maybe I'll leave that for, I keep you on your toes. So leave that for the next episode. But that's just my 2 cents on changing an unwanted habit. If you do have one, don't shame yourself, and do know that there is a way to rewire your brain. If you want to know how, book a session with me. I know some magic. And yes, and the importance of having a clear vision of who we actually want to be. Because you can be anyone you want to be. You just need to align yourself, set the intention out, align your actions, thoughts, habits, beliefs, everything to that image, and be persistent. Because in the 3D, there's a bit of a time lag with manifestation sometimes. But anything's possible. Anything is possible. So, clarity of vision. We can totally drop, change, break habits, unwanted habits, and rewire our brain. Let's have some compassion for ourselves. If we do trip back into unwanted habits, it's all good. Let's just start again. Let's be persistent. Let's be compassionate. Let's be patient with ourselves. Gosh, I had to develop that. And let's continue. I mean, if you really take the essence of the present moment everyone talks about, that is the gift of the present moment, to just start anew. Leave the past behind, even the last minute, second, whatever, and start fresh right here, right now. That is where our power lies. And I'll leave you with that, Bandidos. Oh yeah, wait. Let's pull a little card. Let's pull a card. I'm feeling sassy today. It's this energy. Dear beautiful oracle, dear angels, spirit guides, dear ancestors, please, what is your message for us here? Anyone watching? Thank you so much. If you want a reading with Magic Mel, send me an email message. The description, the email is in the description box below. Readings are cool. What message do you have? Thank you so much. One more. How do I know if I want more? It's intuition. It's in the moment. No longer than 2 seconds or even less. I have to act without overthinking it. One Ring Circus. I know this card. So you have a lady on top of an elephant, on top of a precarious one stone island. And it's a One Ring Circus. There's times in our lives where we need to take, well, at times, I guess all the time, we need to take full accountability of our life. And that's a scary predicament sometimes. I used to shy away from that all the time. Literally, I would outsource my decision making, my advice from other people because I just didn't trust myself and was scared to make my own decisions. But the energy right now, the universe is telling us, hey, it's a phase of wandering circus. And that's not a bad thing. Maybe you're starting a new project, a new business, a new collaboration with someone. Okay, even if you're in collaboration with someone, it's still a wandering circus in the sense that you are the driving force. We gotta be able to rely on our own motivation, on our own self-concept, on our own vision to push us forward. Not rely on support always from others. And I'm totally pro asking for help if you need to. But what I mean is more that, do you believe in your own ideas, in your own vision, in your own project enough to be your own driving source, the generator of your passion, of your motivation, of your discipline? That is what the Wandering Circus is suggesting. Now I really feel it's a time to hone in our power, our focus, our discipline, align ourselves, make ourselves congruent with our vision, our projects, our ideas, and act. Act. I'm telling you as well as myself, because I'm at the moment also in my one ring circus. I'm setting up my coaching business. I'm setting up my tarot card business. I'm setting up. I'm integrating all of my different creative expressions to build Magic Mel's universe. And it's a one ring circus. Doesn't mean I'm not going to collaborate, but I am my own driving force. And it feels a little bit, it's not scary, because I know I'm not completely on my own. I've got my spirit team. But it feels empowering in the sense that, okay, this is my vision. It's up to me. And instead of letting that "it's up to me" drown me, it's like, it's up to me. It's my baby. I can do with it what I want. It's up to me what I'm projecting out into the world, because what I project out into the world is what I will see reflected back at me. So what am I projecting? What am I embodying? Who am I being? Who am I becoming? It's exciting. It's a privilege to become who we truly are in our lifetime. And as Carl Gustav Jung quote, who said that. Mm-hmm. So don't be discouraged. Take it as a privilege. This is your chance to really throw yourself into your project, to commit, to cut the anchors to the past and be fully present with your regard towards the future, without forgetting, grounding yourself in the present moment and appreciating the present moment, but focusing on the process that brings you towards your vision. Focusing on the process. Non-attachment to the result, focusing on the process, enjoying the process, enjoying your wandering circus. And trust me, we're building some magic. Your projects, my projects, it's the time. So let's enjoy it. Right? Bottom line. Okay, I'll leave you with this. Owl and I got your back. We're always here for some magic, and watch out for the next episode. If you want one-on-one coaching with Magic Mel, message me, email me. If you want a tarot reading with moi, email me, message me. All the details down below, and subscribe to my channel. Share with your friends and family if you are so inclined, and look forward to having you in the next episode. Ciao!